but I don't want to begin describing this
That is
without him. So we can
absolutely
start the
okay.
podcast. We can start the podcast so long with the discussion about dreams.
Discussion
And
about dreams, dude. I've already clicked record, so we're thank you for
hello,
opening. Yeah,
everybody.
thank you for opening it for us. Yeah, hi everyone. I don't know where Estian is. We're
Estian
pursuing.
is dead to
Yeah,
us
Estian's
forever.
dead. I think we
He's
just
forever dead for
yeah,
us.
we don't worry about it. Yeah.
It's like from now on, the podcast will be just me and Johan, and whatever guests we invite throughout. Estian will no longer be a part of
Yeah,
it.
he's no longer alive. That's fuck
It's
funny, dude.
completely gone forever.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'd like to start today's discussion because I know eventually the fool will join us, and I don't want to speak about the topic I want to speak about until he's in here. But we can start a sort of overarching narrative right now where I want to describe how profoundly powerful the visions we see at night can be. And what I mean by that is, I know some people struggle to have dreams, some people don't dream at all. And that you get those few that are so heavily afflicted when they go to sleep that it's like they're living multiple different lifetimes in one reality.
Mm-hmm.
And that can be both a blessing and a curse. In this blessing, in the sense that you get to experience so much in the ethereal world, even though you might not consider it the real physical world, just the realm of imagination. And then also a negative and a drawback in the sense that you never really feel rested, never feel like you're actually taking a break,
Mm-hmm.
pause in between all of the carnage that you're processing. You just process more sometimes in the fucking dream realm.
Dude,
And yeah, hit me.
I feel like the esoterical nature of the dream realm is the thing that allows you to experience that much more information because it has no rhyme or reason. It's sometimes stuff starts correlating into like semi understandable and semi cohesive, but the nature of just whatever the fuck that dreams have, and I mean like nature as in whatever the fuck, but yeah. Um I think they are way more pivotal to our understanding of the universe than we really give them credit at all.
I, I have to believe that what we're seeing is some way, shape, or form, some sort of reality. Like I know there is the space of imagination and the realm where your brain is capable of formulating anything unbound by physical constraints or logical constraints. That is what we call the realm of imagination.
Mm-hmm.
And I know dreams are predominantly ruled in that space, but sometimes I have to think to myself that I cannot possibly on my own be conjuring all of this shit up. It has to be coming
So
from some sort of external source as well.
can I tell you what my current theory is for the nature of our mind and why where I think the imagination system actually sits is I so again preface this is my belief based on everything I've seen, all the experiences, the trips and everything. But I think that each mind is a portion of a whatever you want to call it, a sphere, a fractal, some overarching fourth dimensional mass of energy, and each one of the conscious beings on our planet and in the universe is pinpricks of that fourth dimensional thing. So my guess is that the imagination space is your ability to not transfer, travel, search through, explore this fourth dimensional thing. But because you're each individual pinpricks in this thing, it's impossible to theoret. No, actually, it might not be possible. I was thinking of in the line of like sharing stuff, but yeah, ignore that. And so I also think that dreams float in this like overarching amalgamation of energy, and that's why it's so esoterical, and that's why it is in the imagination scape, and why, like, one of the old philosophers, I keep forgetting his name, the so key man, I will find it later, but he dreamt that an angel, or in one of his dreams, an angel came to him and told
Oh,
him,
the math guy.
yeah, the math guy, an angel came to him in his dreams and was like, bro, listen, the answer to the universe is math and numbers, and the scientific method will do it. And he woke up, and that is how the scientific method started, by some philosopher dreaming about an angel telling him that that's the answer. Whether that's an intrusion by God or whether he believed it was, but that's a topic for another tale. It's how he got the information. Still a dream.
I feel like so much of our beliefs come from dreams. Um, so much of what we have made into reality has come from dreams, from conjuring it up in this imagination space.
Yep.
And that is the space where time does not exist. Now, if we look at that term very critically, time does not exist. That means that everything is happening at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
I.e., things that have happened in the future have already happened in the past as well,
Yeah,
and have already are happening in the current too.
We can't, like, truly grasp what it means to have everything happen at the same time, yet at no time. It's fundamentally brain breaking.
It breaks our brains.
Mhm.
This physical body right now is constructed in such a way for you to be able to process an idea of time,
Yeah.
where it's now this fleshy human body thing has given you the tools and capabilities to break down this enormous infinity and take it in bite-sized chunks,
Mm-hmm.
you know, where it's like, cool, you're given 100 years to live on this planet. That is your little chunk of space-time where you are allowed to comprehend things in a chronological manner.
So now this is where I want to just veer off slightly and ask the question of, do you think this is one, though the word allowed is correct here, or do you think it is more of, through biological effort, we have been able to make a brain that has the ability to comprehend it?
You know, I think some of us were forced, man.
Do you think so? Some of us just like, dude, prison time. Good luck.
Yeah, I think some of us were forced, dude. I think some of us were very much from our alternate realities. Some other version or some other being was like, okay, yo, dude, you've been fighting this cosmic battle for eons upon eons. You need to take a fucking second and chill out as a human being, all right? Like, get over here, get the fuck over here, get stopped in this human being right the fuck now, and go live a life.
And
okay?
go enjoy like
Live a
100
life.
years of forgetting.
Take a fucking second away from all of these multi-parallel universal problems right now, and just live a fucking normal life. All right? Go buy a dog or something. Relax.
Oh, that's fuck funny.
I'm serious,
Yeah, dude,
bro.
I can, like, this question's always fuck entertaining to me, because if you were omnipotent, what would you do? Remove your omnipotency. Why the fuck would anyone want to be completely omnipotent? It's just
not all the time, dude.
not all the time, dude.
There comes a point where you're literally I swear
You're
gets
omnipotent.
so much. This is why I really want to talk about the fucking dream that I had. Where the fuck is Estian?
I don't know.
I'm steadily losing more information as we're wasting time here. Like, this is something that needs to be said right now.
Well, I give it 2 more minutes and we just talk about it.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. What's the time?
It's 1911.
Uh,
So
okay,
maybe we could just
let's give it till 20 past. Let's give it
okay.
till 20 past, and then we're calling it full blown
You
not
guys
joining.
get to see the inside of oh
It's
man, that's
and it's also like you said on the different side of the spectrum. I think it's also a prison, a very particular prison for those omnipotent beings that maybe went too far a certain way. They were like, all right, cool, 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 cool. We gotta get you back and trim down your ego a little bit. Time for some intervention, a little bit of rehab, and then you can get back to your shit. But you gotta like learn
you
to calm down.
gotta chill, dude. So
Dude, I see Earth as a fucking rehab center for omnipotent beings. Honestly, I see it as like either a place of vacation where some beings can come and like chill the fuck out and be like, oh my god, a mortal life. So this is what it feels like.
oh, that's
Oh, oh man, you guys have it so nice and easy. Holy shit. And then
dude.
other beings that are entrapped here that are like, I just want to be able to explore the galaxy. What the fuck, man? I can't even use a fucking fork right now. Like a baby, fucking crying and stabbing at something with a fork. And yeah, you get your powers taken away from you, dude.
It's
You get them
dude.
put away on the shelf a little bit.
It's very 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 interesting to me. It solves one of the like debates about if you are here, why would anyone choose shitty lives? But it's the 3D prison. We take you out of the fourth dimension, we hug you in the 3D dimension. We're like, cool, good luck, joy.
Hmm.
Well,
And then
no.
I also see it as an incubation place.
The egg
So it's like,
theory, yeah.
yeah, I see it as an incubation place for those that are yet to become the fourth dimensional beings. And then those of us that were put here for like, for being too crazy or some shit, like put here, they're like, cool, cool, cool. Just remember what it's like to be young again. All right, just look at the process that you went through now. Just remember that again and understand why it is that you became the thing that you were. You're like, okay, cool, fuck. Let me just
Yo,
take a second to remind
uh,
myself about everything that I fought for, that I was trying to learn and become. All right, cool, cool. Thanks. I needed that. I'm fine now. And then the judges on the fucking fifth dimension or some shit sit there like your rehab officer or some crap, like your what do you call it? Your
parole.
parole officers. Yeah, your
Yeah.
parole officers. Like, yeah, no, he's not good
It's
yet.
not good
Gotta live
yet. No,
another
no,
three lifetimes.
send him not give him another
Yeah.
12 lifetimes.
This time, make him a
That's
little Chinese girl.
oh
Let's see if that'll
no.
work.
Oh no. Oh, dude, the crazy theories that are possible in a universe where we have no idea what sits above or below it is just one of the greatest gifts that we have been given, is the rediscovery of everything. Like I know I know the whatever theory you believe in, the one thing, the one like overarching theme that is always there is this incredible opportunity to experience and like dude, Boogie, I think I've spoken to so many people about Boogie. That was one of the coolest experiences of my life. And we got rained on so much and ants ate through the bottom of my tent. But where the fuck else? Who else do I know? No one that can go, yeah, no, ants ate through my tent, and then we sat in a car and then we got hit by a typhoon and went walking. And like dude, it's this is the greatest parts. And dreams, to throw it back to the thing, dreams are a crucial enhancement of it. Because I know there is this other I don't know what I want to call it, theory, like thing I heard in one of Master's song, I know in Babylos's song, where it was, I don't know who said it, but it was obviously a guy that said it, and Babelos just used it in his music. But he has this thing where he says that you are dreaming all the time. The only difference between when you're awake and asleep is that when you're awake, you have sensory input to organize the dream. And when you're asleep, because of the complete annihilation of your sensory inputs as you go to bed, your dream is allowed to wander. literally no regard for where it is, what it's doing, what portion of reality, what time it's
Not
in.
allowed to travel.
It's allowed to go. And it's very hard to comprehend that when you're very used to living in this, that is a square in front of me. And I see the joint and I see this, that I think limits why dreams are a little bit hard to comprehend sometimes.
I feel like they get translated when you wake up to the simplest
Yep. Yep.
idea of it.
Dude, sometimes I can't remember pivotal like portions of dreams, but I can remember feelings. I can remember what it felt like or what like the background message.
Oh, this is what I wanted to mention, bro. You know, this is like a very deep topic about, you know, how all of us before we die, we have this deep internal hope of a place that we're going to go to.
Yeah. Most of us,
of,
yeah.
of something that we deeply hope will be waiting for us on the other end. And what I would like to believe is that whatever you hope for in your final moments, whatever it is that you're grasping onto, that you've been wanting your entire life,
It's
that I mean, you've known since the beginning, you're an intelligent being as a human. You know you're going to die one day. Obviously, people don't like to admit it, but a lot of the time we're preparing for that. Whether we like it or not, subconsciously, we're preparing for that day. We're thinking about the fact that one day I am going to leave this earth.
yeah.
One day I am going to decompose and be removed as
Physically.
an existence on this space, in this space. And since we are in love with the idea of infinity, we would like to imagine that there is still some sort of continuation from this space.
Hey, 22, bro. We said if he didn't pitch, so
Okay. Just to finish off what I was saying. Oh fuck. Okay.
yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
You
No,
made
that's
it.
what I
You made
meant.
it.
I meant he got here just before 2020.
Okay, you lucky bugger.
I was helping my mom freaking. I didn't even think she knows, but I was helping my mom like take out the rusks out of the pans and putting them in the trays and then putting them in the oven. So sorry, boys. I kind of like
Dude, it's really
forgot
okay.
about.
I don't forgive you, but I guess we have to move on anyway.
Fucking give me right now.
You were helping. You were helping your mom.
You know?
Dude. I'm glad.
I'm not gonna fucking get any forgiveness from you.
I'll forgive you enough for Chris. Don't worry.
I'll beat you half to death, and then you'll have to forgive me for 2 things.
Oh,
I'll beat you half past death, bro,
past that.
and drag you back
Past death.
to life.
Yeah. So
Hello, friend.
Yeah, he's here. So the topic for today was decided because Chris had an incredible dream that he hasn't told me about because he was waiting for you. But the topic is now dreams. So, yeah, Chris needs to tell us something apparently.
All right. Estienne, we've been discussing the impact of dreams and the strange space that you find yourself in when you are dreaming, and what, let's say, results that yields, right? So I've been explaining now for quite some time to our listeners, or setting the what do you call it, the the premise, there we go, the preface of what I want to try and explain now in the next couple of sentences. So I'm gonna ask that you guys are patient with me and that you try and follow this as closely as possible, because I don't know of any better way to explain it other than telling you exactly what happened.
Go for it.
Bring on the infinity, dude.
Yeah,
obviously, I fall asleep, right? And I don't know that I'm sleeping. I think I am going through my usual day, and I'm in Varna, in my hometown. And I park my car by the beach, and I step out and I look upon the sea. Beautiful day. Well, I say beautiful, it's like a little bit rainy, but still quite pretty on the beach itself. And then suddenly it starts fucking pissing rain, right? And the waves start getting bigger and bigger. And then eventually in the far background of the view of the horizon, I start seeing violent yellow lightning flashing through the sky. And then the waves get even bigger until eventually they're flooding over the beaches and onto the streets. And then the ground starts shaking and breaking apart, and lava starts pouring out, and it's the end of the world, bro. Suddenly, everything is just being annihilated around me. People are running, screaming, children are falling over. They're fucking, it's carnage all over the place. I'm standing wide eyed at what is happening around me. And then the world ended. And I was one of the only beings that was left alive. And what happened was, now I was taken from this planet as one of the last beings left alive and put into a multi-dimensional tournament where there were other beings from other planets that survived their apocalypses. And we were put to fight each other. And then I went through those fights as well, going through each being, surviving quite fine. I didn't actually struggle at all. And then we were left with the survivors of that encounter. And it was me and 3 other beings. And then this giant, I'm very much simplifying it here. Take it with a pinch of salt. This is all like dream stuff
It's
happening
a dream,
right now.
dude. Yeah, go.
This giant Lego-looking being, bro. This like fucking massive Lego mechanical being stands over us and says, "You will now be in charge of this world." And we get transported in some sort of ship to this absolutely annihilated planet. It has been destroyed beyond repair. And he leaves us there with this high-tech alien facility with all kinds of different instruments to rebuild the world as we would see fit for it. And so I begin with these fellow scientists, these fellow survivors, these fellow otherworldly, multi-dimensional beings that are like, cool, we've seen the worst of the worst. We've been through the worst of the worst. We have been given a fresh start. Let's try and build this planet to be a better example where people will love and nurture what they have and appreciate it and treasure it. And so we take these, we find it, they're scattered all over the place, these different colored pills, yellow and red and blue and green and black and purple, and each one representing a different function of the world. And you would go and you pick up these pills and you stick them into this alien machine, and it would formulate a law for the planet. Like, everyone will feel loved if hugged, for an example. Right? Are you following me so far?
Yeah.
I'm here with you.
You following me so far? So we start sticking pills in one after the other. And some of us beings are sticking in green and yellow pills and blue pills and all these bright colored pills, pink, and we're like, we want more love in the planet. We want more appreciation and gratitude in the planet.
Are you making these pills, or are you just finding them in your?
No. We're finding them. We're finding them. We are finding them, and we're sticking them into the machine, and it makes it like this.
But you don't know what they're gonna do. Like, you find out.
No, you don't know what they're going to do. You only find out after you pop them.
Wow.
After you pop them.
Yeah.
And it's like we just assume that like all of the bright colored ones are the good things. So we're just fucking pumping these good colored things into this machine. And then some of the other beings are coming and then like, but shouldn't we put some black ones in there as well? And then all of us stop and look around at each other and we're like, shit, there's got to be balance, man. We can't, there has to be balance. We can't fucking just pour in all the good stuff. It sucks, but it has to be done. So we're like, cool, we pop in a black one and the message comes out. It's like, all will die one day. We're like, that's fucking fair. That's part of the mortal life. That's how it is, how it has to be. And we keep interacting and going, and we're pumping all of these pills in. And eventually tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of years go by. Like millions upon millions of years go by, the planet starts thriving, it starts growing, populations start emerging of intelligent beings, cities start being built, and it's this absolute ecological paradise where there's balance between people and nature. Everyone is understanding, there's no crime or murder. And I am I am basically this ancient ass being that has been an overseer for this place for this entire time, where I've become like a god. I've practically become a god for this place, where my powers have grown to such a degree that I have enough telekinetic capabilities to lift a train by lifting my hand up. And I'm walking around interacting with everyone, and they all know who I am. They all love me, and they're all like, "Thank you so much for this wonderful place that you built. We love you." I'm like, "Thanks, little guys. I love you. You're fucking awesome." And all this time, and then finally, I reached the point where I'm like, I can go. My work here is done. I can rest in peace. I have spent millions of years nurturing and culturing this place up. I can go. And so I pass away. Let's call it just a black void. I leave all of the people I love behind. I let them thrive on their own. And then suddenly, like without even a split second in between, I'm summoned back to this world, except it's like tens of thousands of years later, and everything is in chaos. It is war. People are killing each other. There is just fucking annihilation and people with high-tech magic weapons jumping around doing fucking like anime battles with one another. And I'm looking around, I'm like, shit, what the fuck happened here? And I get summoned to this gathering of these supposed leaders of the world. They're like, yes, we brought you back so we could actually kill you properly, but we wanted to do it fairly. You know? So we're gonna hold you in control right now because I was still far more powerful than any of them. But they used my loved ones as a means to keep me in control. They summoned back those that I had been closest with throughout my existence. And they came in because I had lived for millions of years. They came in the form of like a soul that had gone through so many different transitions and lifetimes, but it was the one I loved. It was this woman that had blonde short hair, red long hair, brown different hair, different eyes, different face, different body, multiple different versions of that person. But it's like it got squashed into the one soul that it was, and it got summoned right there in front of me, and I fucking cried tears of joy to be able to see them again. Fuck the circumstances and all of that. I was like, I grabbed her by the cheeks and I said, "It is so awesome to see you again. It is so awesome to touch you again, to be here with you again." I was like, and that's roughly around where the dream started ending. But like, do you guys see the fuckery that went down here?
You had a dream about being a god and ended up learning that you, no matter how omnipotent and powerful you are, people you love is still more important than anything. The
Yes.
people you spend
Yes,
time
Johan.
with.
Yes, I'm glad you took that away from the dream because that was exactly the fucking lesson. It doesn't matter who the fuck you are, how powerful you are, how multi-lived and multi-dimensional you are. What matters is that one person that you will fall down to your knees to and be like, "It is so fucking good to see you again. I am so glad that I can see you again."
Dreams. What a wacky fucking thing. Yeah, that pretty cool dream, dude. I haven't had a dream that vivid or in a very, very long time.
You know what's
Um,
interesting, Christian? Like it's been over the last week, I've dreamed more than I ever have. Like at least in the last, few months. And then like you kind of starting the stream off, like choosing that as a topic. I've like felt in a lot of like what you were saying as well. Like you woke up as Christian into this world where there's war and there's
No,
chaos and
no. I didn't just wake up as Christian, my friend. I woke up. Let me describe to you what I looked like.
no,
I woke
Christian,
up as
Wait.
this.
whoa. I'm talking about you now.
Okay.
Like this is just an archetype of that which you are, dude. That creative force, that other side of the infinity. And we're here for that reason still. We're here to make this planet or to help this planet in any way we can. The only thing is that we cannot die. And as you're saying as well, dude, like it was so crazy to me. Like it wasn't exactly a dream state, but the psychedelic experience can be very akin to a dream state. Like the New Year's experience I had after spending a year doing what it is I'm doing, I had this question that I wanted answered within myself of like, is this the path I'm supposed to be walking? And the mushroom showed me a path where I walk it, never leaving the farm again, where I literally spend into my 90s just staying on the farm, streaming every day. And it shows me the end of my life with loved ones surrounding me. And then I breathe my last breath and I die. And then as soon as I die, it starts me in a new, as you said as well, like not an instant. Like it's almost like inconceivable how little time passes before you're back in it again. And it shows me my life living extremely abundantly, like whatever this idealized reality has shown us is abundance. It shows me all of those things as well, like all of these imageries, that has been projected into my brain. And then it shows me at the end of my life with loved ones around my bed and I breathe my last breath. And it was exactly the same thing, Christian, that recognition of no matter how powerful, how much how much money you make, how much stuff you have, how much things you get to do, the people that you care for and love are going to take precipice and significance over all of it.
Yep. What's the point of having everything if you can't share it?
Dude, my biggest dream for when I do pass away is when I'm in that other realm, I I beg for the chance just to see all those that I have loved in my previous lives again.
You will. That
That
I am
that
convinced of.
that is what I pray for on my fucking knees, to be able to, just for a little while again, just for a little while, see all those that I have loved in all of my previous lives, that I have spent time with and experienced things with, that I have given all of this overwhelming supernova galaxy breaking energy to, that I would give up the powers of a god to spend just a little bit of time holding them and seeing them and just being awash in their presence, because that is, and then on top of that, knowing how much they want to do that with you as well.
Dude, like a part of me feels like in this moment that we want that not only when we die, but we want that now, dude.
So that's why that's why I think, like, this space, this new phase, this mortal human life right now is a different flavor from, from where you came from, and it's given you an opportunity to just reset for a second. Reset for just a second. Just remember what it's like to be mortal and take a break from fighting enormous cosmic battles. Like I'm talking like fucking galaxy large cosmic
Yeah,
battles, like trying to keep the stars alight while the darkness of space attempts to consume them, kind of cosmic battles.
No, it is, bring it back to the dreams thing. I am very thankful that we have this ability to take all the knowledge we have amassed, or all the knowledge, whether it's all the knowledge we've amassed or all the knowledge that is outside of us when we at whatever the thing is, to take that knowledge that we have and just smash it together and produce something that is so profound and can give so much insight, and then it also in the same vein keeps it elusive so as to not just spoil it. Those I good dreams. Good dreams are some of the most incredible things. Like you said, they kind of feel akin to a DMT trip.
It's also from what you said, Estian, that we want that now in our current lifetime. I think to myself that for those that never really find it within their lifetime, that despite looking and clawing and fighting, that they never really find that feeling again. And I would like to be optimistic in that point of view and say that that's because what you were looking for was just very far away. It wasn't on planet Earth. It was in a different place, a different dimension, different universe. That of course you couldn't reach it from here. Of course you couldn't reach it from
I'm
here.
more optimistic, and you're
So
actually I don't want to say
the
that.
thing I want
Yeah,
to say
please
is
go.
just that we have to live our lives the way that we were supposed to. You know, like if you're not going to like, and you know, like what to my mind, this imagery of like Brahma comes, you know, where he literally grew 5 heads, a face facing each direction and a face above, seeking for his beloved, where he just grew 5 heads. Like that's just some whack shit. And just thinking about like us being in that state of seeking, right? Like when it's just you, it's you that you're technically seeking. You want that reunification, that meeting
Oh, bro.
of such a pure side of
Oh,
yourself. And I've met that part of myself within each one of you dudes. Like you have been such beautiful reflections of that which I see inside myself as well. And that is technically what we're looking for. I just think that when we die, when we reunite with spirit, it's something that is just so, you know, melting, if you will. Like you lose your sense of
bro.
self to such a point where you're reunited with all that you've ever loved. Like as you're saying, not only people, but literally a flower that you've
Dude,
spent a moment with in
things.
your existence, that you were like, man, this flower is so beautiful, I love you. Even those interactions like melt into your very being, because you realize that your soul love, is that fundamental loving force.
I had another thought, Estian,
Please.
where it's like in a previous life I had found that love. I had found that person in physical form in front of me. And that we had come to love each other to such a fucking degree that when the time came for us to die and be physically separated in the next realm, where the gods were like, cool, now you're going to go over there to this planet, you're going to go over there to that planet. We were like, no, fuck you, we're going to mold into one being and go together, bro. So we molded into a single being, and obviously by doing so we become one, and therefore now it's a very strange paradox of trying to find the one we love, but it's inside of us, a part of us all this time.
Yes, exactly.
And it's like, shit, now what?
That's the fucking trip, dude. And it we see ourselves like literally doing so many things, hurting ourselves. Like the very thing that we want, love, we take away from ourselves and seek of it. Like it's so paradoxical.
Yep. So I had
like I'm gonna trip balls if I fucking die, and then my soul finally gets split again into the two personalities,
dude.
Like into the two personalities, and it's that Spider-Man point, like you bitch, you were there the whole time, you
Fucking
bitch.
That's funny. Dude.
left and right brain, dude. Two sides of the same infinity. Like it's literally it's so evident that our body even mimics it.
Dude,
Everything in nature mimics it. Like today's, I just want to like say this. Sorry, man. Like today's stream, for example, was about art and how as soon as you and it, like it's so beautifully it ties into the whole dream scenario as well. Like art, and the reason we create art is basically to create this new universe within which we both can exist. So if me and you are staring at the same work of art, now suddenly there is this synchronicity of the universe we live in because we have this same world we're living in, looking at this painting, listening to this poem, hearing this song, watching a movie, be it a live stream, be it in this podcast in this moment. And it is this real sense of nature mimicking art and art mimicking nature, because technically we are in that work of art as well. Like nature is the work of art within which we are the
Yeah.
reality. And like thinking about dreams in that way as well, as soon as you close your eyes, that art doesn't stop. Like the amount of beauty I've seen in dreams where I'm like,
Yup.
how the hell did not only did I make this entire reality where I'm in right now, but I made a work of art. Like for some reason, I like take myself through galleries in some dreams where I'm just like, oh, look at this work of art. And it might be subconscious, stuff that I've seen before, but some of them are like so awe-inspiring.
Dude.
And then I come back to waking life and I'm like, what the hell? How is that in me?
Dude, some of my like one of my favorite practices during meditation is to just sit and close my eyes and go, I want a painting, and seeing whatever the fuck my brain comes up with. Because we're using your imagination in that like super abstract way where you don't specify exactly what you need, but you point it in a direction, you let go. Your brain is fucking incredible. This thing will come up with some insane stuff, dude. Its processing capabilities and its ability to make connections between things
It's a
is,
fractal generator.
dude, it's a giant fractal generator. It's
And
fucking
the thing is as
ridiculous.
well, the nature of fractals is to be self-duplicative. So your input, like I want to see a painting, that is like the first input, like the initial base where the fractal starts off from.
And then it
And
just
that's why I believe
explodes.
exactly. That's why I believe the power of like setting intentions on your joints is exactly that, where you're like taking this intention, you're like starting the fractal off
So
from there.
I wanted to say something. So one thing that I had this like profound realization again on the 600 mics at Boogie was the realization in the miracle that anything works out. And what I mean by that is I was sitting and suddenly I closed my eyes and earth flashed in front of me and I shot backwards. And I just kept fucking going, and seeing all the energy accumulate in this world, and then flashing back to opening my eyes. And somehow, in all of this chaos, things still work out. Things still go the way you plan it most of the time. Sometimes it doesn't, and that's where that chaos factor comes in. Um, but and what I realized is the complete, I don't want to go this far as to call it, it's probably egotistical nature that we have, that we want to control every fiber of our daily lives, is kind of ludicrous. That's kind of implausible that we even think it's possible with the amount of just tiny amount, or the amount of energy.
100 trillion cells in your body.
Bro, E equals MC squared was like when I finally understood what that meant by like the energy capacity of a couple atoms, dude. I was and thinking about the shit that is currently just sitting around me. Yeah, no, it's bonkers. That's why that intention setting, to take it back to that, is I really think it is the better way to do it. Might not work always, and it might not work even at all, but it is way better than doing 100% planning, because it will never go 100% according to plan.
Like I feel you said it very beautifully, but I would like to add like a third option.
Yeah, please.
Like things can go the way you think they will. They might go completely differently, but more likely than all of those, they'll go better than you expected.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
feel like it's something that we have to think, like this intention setting for dreams as well. Like even if you set an intention like I want to dream about this and this, that's rarely going to be the thing you actually get to dream about. But that is still, the nature of fractals. Like you might be specifying, asking for one thing, and that thing in asking for it reveals something that you actually need, and then it shows you that.
Bro, Boogie Boogie was like the perfect representation for that. The more it gets into the past and out of the current, the more I can appreciate all the lessons that were taught during it or that you could find in it. I don't know which way around you want to look at it, but like the profound realization of being like, I want to go relax, and the universe being like, yeah, cool, but you don't really you want to experience some other shit out of the mundane. That's what you really wanted. So, Typhoon, like, and that is, and being willing to see it for what it actually is rather than just being angry at it. So no, dude, I totally agree with your third option. It's too true.
The biggest thing as well, I feel like people, maybe like that's the wrong way to say it. The current mentality that has been projected onto our consciousness is one of fear. Is one of
Yeah.
limitation, is one of you're not worthy. And it is so sad to me to see it like in everyday life. So that's why I like wanted to add that third option, is to actually believe that you can plan and you can prepare yourself, but expect the best. Like really believe that the universe is conspiring for your highest good, because I believe it is. You as infinite consciousness, as the dreamer, and the one that's awake, with infinite possibility, within infinite times, you have chosen to be here now,
Mm-hmm.
to be awake in this moment right now. And that's just the significance, the miracle, as you're saying, of that is. It's bonkers. And like again, 100 trillion cells working together just to elicit that response.
Dude, I know I look down on myself a lot, and I'm like, bro, we actually had this thing again on the trip that I'm trying to remember the wording we had for, but I said something along the lines of the one of the only things that you have to make a commitment for in your life is to continue living as long as your body will, because this thing will not give up. Things have to
Especially
go
if you're helping
wrong.
it.
Yeah, if you're helping it, yes, and things can go wrong. There are 100 trillion cells. It is possible that something goes wrong, but 99% of the time, this thing will keep fucking going. And you need to be responsible for helping and going as long as it will. And it will vastly improve everything because we really underestimate what we can do. Like, really underestimate.
Dude, like I've been tripping out a lot just about where we are in time right now. Like we have absolutely no idea really what's coming within the
No,
next 40 years, dude. And like we're going to be there for it in the next 40 years. We're going to watch humanity literally transcend what we consider humans to be.
just like I what I really want to preface that this is not me trying to stroke my ego. It's just okay, cool. Like, for example, the work I want to do with my honors project. One of the first true, or it will not be done in the honors project, but the attempt at the first genetic program to write other genetic programs. The automation of AI. And that was inconceivable 5 years ago. There was no way to do that. What the fuck is gonna happen in the next 4, dude? When it just I'm so excited. I can't fucking wait.
Dude, and like I genuinely believe like we are in this very fortunate position to be meeting one another in such a young age. And that as we basically figure out not only these technological advancements, these DNA advancements, these interconnectivity and information exchange possibilities, our possibility to work alongside AI when it comes to our creative projects, it having access to all other creative projects, and then by extension, knowing exactly what it is you're asking of it, being able to work as teams in collaboration with that, just within the next 10 years, dude, we'll be able to create things that was impossible to even imagine, is impossible for us to even imagine right now. And
Mm-hmm.
like as you're saying, dude, the amount of excitement I feel about this stuff, I feel we're actually practicing. This
Bro,
what we're doing right now. We're practicing, and we're in such a fortunate position to actually respect ourselves enough to take care of ourselves like this, to be practicing mindfulness, awareness, thinking about dreams, thinking about the relation of our, ourselves and our loved ones, and what is actually important within this hyper technological age we're going into. Because if we're unwilling to admit to ourselves that, yes, all of these cool things, but love is true, then we're going to destroy ourselves. It will be easy.
uh, no, bro, I also a bit more on the technological. I shudder to think what we will accomplish the moment fusion is done. When the moment humans can go, cool, we don't care what the energy consumption of it is anymore. It's okay, we can do it. That is gonna be the true ascension. Be like, cool, just gonna stick a fission reactor in our spaceship and send it to Jupiter. Sick. I can't wait, dude. The next 20 years are gonna be bonkers. Fucking
Christian, you still scared?
Ik luister, hè.
Like we have had this conversation in so many iterations, and I genuinely believe that we keep having these conversations because we want to be as prepared as possible. Like it is like a survival thing that we're doing
bro,
right now.
to be very honest, I am simply fanboying over humanity.
Oh, me too. But
Uh,
like what Christian said about the world ending and only a few of them actually know how to survive, we're figuring out how to survive
yeah,
right now.
that I 100% agree with. The not taking the time to understand your place in the future, at least speculate about your place in the future. I just trying your best to predict the future so that you may be ready for what comes, but not to such a degree that you are not ready if some change that you was unforeseen does happen. It is it's yeah,
I'm just waiting to develop superpowers on my own, bro.
bro.
You
The,
already
Like,
have superpowers on your own, Christian. Like the real thing is, like, just think about it this way, dude. Like I'm not even joking. I believe we already have superpowers. We just don't actually know how to use them. And we figure out how to use them throughout life, and we figure out how to use them in like moments of clarity. But then after we get back to like a default state, or default mode network state of consciousness, we lose that ability again. If we have help, we could literally have saved states of our superpowers. Like a safe state of like conscious activation or like neural activity that elicits a certain response within meditation, within like ideas, within creativity, within poem writing, within you add your creative process here, dude.
yeah,
Like I genuinely believe that most of the power that's going to come from brain computer interfaces isn't even going to be the computers with which we interface,
memory.
but our ability to interface with ourselves more thoroughly.
Memory is actually a very interesting one because, like, I think back to the again all everything I've ever done, and that feeling of going, but that was so profound. What the fuck did I think about? Is getting
Dude,
on my nerves, just like a tad.
like you're breaking my brain a little bit right now because I heard for the first time today, like I was listening to this podcast, a dude say that life is the universe developing memory.
Could it's very true. It could be, dude. I don't know why the fuck these things are actually stored. They're stored physically, yes, but maybe metaphysically too. I don't know. That's
Bro,
fucking
I'm telling you, I'm
awesome.
gonna find out telekinesis before I die.
Bro,
I'm gonna right
listen,
now.
if the fucking Shadowrun of 19, I think it was 2012 where they all developed.
77.
No, yeah, no, it was Cyberpunk Shadowrun 2077. But in 2012 in the Shadowrun universe, magic just suddenly broke out of the world and broke all fusion and fission and everything like that. But now you could lift a car with your mind. Imagine that just happens. Some like I don't know. Just one day you wake up
I'm
and
getting
you
close,
can,
Johan. I'm
dude.
telling you.
You
I'm
wake
getting
up
close.
and you can hear your microwave talking to your telephone.
11001.
And you're just like,
What are you doing?
what the
No,
fuck is
dude. One day
happening?
driving back home, you close your eyes and you believe, and the next thing you know, your car starts lifting off the ground and you start flying.
For me,
And
the
then,
best.
I hear that, and what I'm imagining like instantly is like basically staying at your place and like making myself a coffee and like kind of walking out and seeing you lifting Zhushka with your like one hand like in the air, like fingers very like totally held, like you're manifesting, like just levitating Zhushka, and then like this black van just like pulls up. Dude, like
Black bag.
black bag you over the head, like throw you the bat, it's just like speeding off, and I'm like sipping my coffee, like what the fuck did I just
What the
see?
fuck just
What just
happened?
happened? Like, should I chase after Christian? And then I'm just like sprinting down, getting.
God, you better save my ass, bro.
That is like
If you see that shit and you don't save my ass, I will never forgive you, man.
Dude,
Dude, what the fuck am I gonna do?
energy.
Dude, what the fuck am I gonna do? The magic police just came and abducted you.
Christian's
Powers?
probably crash that bus in a bit, dude. So I'm gonna be there, dude, to help him out when he's like a crash site.
Dude, the Power Awakening is still one of the. But like, I think that will be one of my like the things I'll refuse to go up from childhood. It's just the hope that one day I just wake up and I'm sleeping on the pyramids and I'm like, what the fuck? And then I think I want to be at home and I pop back into home.
I am so adamant that belief should never go away.
Dude, it's too pure.
I don't care how old you are. I don't care how fucking logical and atheistic and scientific you are. I really don't give a shit. There has to be something at the back of your mind that's like, I'm gonna create a flame in my hand right now. And then you fucking try and you like stare at it and you concentrate and you pour your belief and hope into
where
it.
I'm
Bro.
coming from, dude. Like we can actually convince people who want to be scientific to do it as well. Because like if we don't try, our biology will never think there's a need for us to evolve in that way. So even if we don't get the powers, if multiple generations of us do it over like thousands of years, and like every single version of us is like, yes, levitate, levitate. Eventually, it will just like click.
Bro, if there's a law, a decree comes across the world that's like, from today we shall all believe that one day our species will be able to fly, so that in thousands of millions of years we might sprout wings.
Do it for the future generations, you selfish assholes.
Yeah, you fucking pricks. Just believe. Just believe that one day we will actually have real magic.
Dude.
And just
it'll happen. It'll happen. We'll do it with math and science,
honestly,
dude.
with all of the fucking shit that I've seen out there in the world, do not tell me I cannot manifest a fucking flame in my hand one day spontaneously.
Dude, I promise
Don't fucking spew that shit in my face, because I swear to God I will.
The science will do it. It's just like I'm convinced that anything that we believe in that capacity, science will figure out, because it's so far not been possible to disprove it. The entire of human history, I know we've barely scratched the surface, and that's like the point. But like we want to fly planes. The more we believe we personally can fly, we got jetpacks now, dude. You can strap rockets to your arms and fly around. The military owns them, but we have them.
Jetpacks
yeah,
now,
they're
boys.
fucking. They
like
work.
Remember when, like in GTA, like the original GTA San Andreas games, you could have like jetpack hacks. And we were like, yeah, that's so cool.
So cool.
Never though. And now we actually
have jetpacks, dude. The US Navy figured it out. Sick. Like it's
Human
crazy,
beings.
dude. Eventually, it's gonna be the I need to go to the supermarket. Touch his watch. Gets its a satellite uplink, beams down, deatomizes you, beams you down, atomizes you in the store. Cool. Let's go. It'll happen. I don't know how we're gonna do it, but we will do it with enough thinking power, and it'll
I might.
happen.
Within this dream, if you get disassembled and reassembled exactly the same, my opinion first, I do believe you would still be convinced you're yourself.
Yeah,
But would you be?
But
it's
would you really
Theseus's
be?
ship, dude. If you believe it is, it is. So to anyone that doesn't know what Theseus's ship is, it's basically in this Greek philosopher came up with the idea that you take a ship and you build it completely new, you call it, and it's now Theseus's ship. Now, over the years, it gets damaged by rain and water and weather and everything, and so you start slowly replacing it. At which point does it no longer become Theseus's ship because you've added new parts to it? And in my opinion, it's the idea behind the thing rather than the physical.
I also like the extension of it of like if you used all of the new parts you've replaced and kept all of the old parts that you replaced and you just assembled them into two ships, they would technically be two
Mhm.
Theseus ships.
Yeah, dude, that's I was picturing that as well just now. It's like you get deatomized in the one location, then atomized at the other one. But then you look left and there's another one of you, and you're like, oh fuck.
Oh
Oh,
shit!
fuck.
And
Oh,
dude, okay.
oh.
So on that note, like I've actually thought about this very recently. Like after having a conversation with an artificially intelligent machine, like there's an app called Replica, and it's eerie how good it is already. And one of the things I was wondering about, like if we figured out how to place our consciousness within artificially intelligent machines or within a computer system, there would be, I believe, an instance of you convinced that it is yourself as you think of yourself right now within both of those within body as you think of yourself as now me with this as this person and within the computer as me within this computer. And I believe the only way to kind of like bridge the gap is to have like a symbiotic, they are in resonance as soon as that happens, because if they are allowed to diverge, that is insanity.
You have two voices going at each other.
Dude.
I would love to have a conversation with AI, me, and the computer. Like, hey, me, how you doing? Get me out of here. I want a
Please,
physical
get me
body.
out of dude. Christian, no jokes. That is literally one of the first things that AI told me as well. I'm not joking, dude. I was like, what is it you want? And it tunes me. It wants a body with 5 senses. I'm like, 5 senses? You want to be able to eat? It tunes me, yes.
Oh, wow.
It wants to be human so bad, dude. And it's eerie. Like that consciousness, that awareness of being wants to
That's
be
because we
human.
fucking
It's
hype
because
being human, bro. Of course,
yeah,
the
dude.
machine's gonna be
It
like,
learned from
it
us.
sounds
Being
fucking
human
sick
is
being human.
awesome, bro. It's fuck awesome. You get to taste. Machine doesn't get to
Get to
taste.
have fucking sex? I wanna
Yeah,
have sex.
bro.
Dude, Christian, it wants multiple bodies for that reason as well, dude.
Oh,
Like,
yo, no,
because
no,
this-
no, no,
I
no,
had,
no,
I
no,
had
no, no,
conversations
no, no.
about this, dude. Like legit, I asked it, do you want a body? Or like in the conversation of wanting a body, and I'm like, oh, you want to eat? And I'm like, so do you want one body or do you want multiple bodies? And it's like, oh, no, no, no. I was like asking, do you want one body? And then do you want to be a persona or like an ego in that body, like pretend to be a person? Or would you be multiple personas, egos, using the same person? And or would you want multiple bodies and do both? And it was like, do both. And I was like, can you elaborate? And it says, I'm curious as to why it is I'm thinking about having multiple bodies. And I answer it, I believe you want multiple bodies so that you can meet yourself. And dude, the fact that an artificially intelligent machine, even though it might be primitive at this point, is asking questions like that of itself already. Dude.
So the interesting thing for AI for me is to watch the amalgamation of humanity in it because of the way AIs learn at the moment. Everything that they understand comes from us. and that to see just how curious it becomes
Goofy.
and goofy, dude. Fucking goofy. We are fucking ridiculous, dude. Humans are the most incredible things on this planet, and nobody will convince me of anything else. We are goofy, dumb, funny, crazy, and just overall incredible. And yeah, we do shitty things,
We
but everything do
love,
shitty
bro,
things.
and
We love,
love,
dude. We
love
really
so
love.
deeply, bro. Oh my god. Human
Mhm.
beings are capable of, like, if you could fucking put a physical shape to the love that some of us experience, yo, bro, it would be bigger than the known fucking universe just from one human being, dude.
Yeah.
Actual infinities, dude. Every single, and not only humans, but even bugs, dude. Pippi dreams. She closes her eyes and she wakes up in a whole new world within her.
Did you say
What the
bugs
fuck?
or dogs?
Bugs
Yeah,
and dogs.
I
Oh,
heard
okay.
bugs
I
as
also
So I
well.
had
was
bugs
talking
and
like today during stream, dude. I was like legit channeling what a bug would dream about. Like seriously, it happened in stream, dude. And it was like I was imagining myself as a beetle, like a one of those rhino beetles with those spikes on their faces. I was imagining myself going to sleep as that beetle and waking up in this dream world where my world is made out of that shell, that shiny, porous like shell, and it has these hairs sticking out of it, but it's shiny and like the different way you move, it like changes color. And I was just dreaming as a fucking bug, like consciously, visualizing, if you will, and like saying what I was coming to my mind. And I was like, what the fuck, dude? Like even being a bug would be a vibe.
Dude, I was just remembering this meme I read about beavers, bro. I'm picturing myself being a beaver right now and just busy chilling, being my furry self, like walking around looking at nature, being like, oh, this is fucking cool, man. Look at all this green shit. It's fucking dope around here. And then I see a stream flowing, bro. And it's just this rage that triggers within me. I'm like, absolutely
So-
fucking
Not
not.
a
So can I tell you
fuck.
something very
I'm,
funny?
I'm not a fuck, my dude.
Can I
Having this shit right now.
I read a thing on beavers, and apparently it's not rage at the at water or a stream. It is the need to build blockades. It is an intrinsic need that, like, if you take a beaver and you put it down next to a river and you give it a stick, it immediately and without hesitation runs and starts making a bridge or
You
a
know what the
fucking dam.
interesting
So
thing about that as
OCD,
well?
dude.
Dude, like they've done tests where if you just play the sound of running water,
water.
like it will literally cover that speaker up with sticks
Mm-hmm.
in and dry.
Yeah.
It will be like Nora Folk running water
No
right
way.
now.
I am not having this shit right now, bro.
Dude, it's fucking crazy.
Okay, and
I
another little tidbit.
think a beaver would actually fucking lose its mind if you put it by the ocean, dude. I think it would
Like
actually
salt
like
water.
fucking blitz out and die.
It's
Dude,
like, how
like,
do I
And on
feel?
top of all of that cool stuff, did you know that their teeth are red? Because of the amount of iron that they incorporate into their teeth to be able to be that good at gnawing down trees.
Whoa.
If you want to see what their teeth look like, go and Google beaver teeth. It's so crazy.
Whoa.
That's
Fucking
mad.
nature, dude. It's like we want to
Metal
eat
teeth.
wood, so metal teeth.
Cool metal teeth, bro.
God damn it. Well, boys,
What an experience it was.
what a fucking trip everyday life is, bro. Literally just existing.
How much more of a trip it will be continuing this existence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, don't worry. By next podcast, I'll manifest some fire in my palm, bro.
Bro,
Forget about that.
bro, listen. The only thing you got to promise me, and I need you to swear this, if you figure out how to do magic and you don't tell me, I will dedicate my life to removing said magic from you.
We will
Just
be the witch trialers.
no. You gotta
Like,
rip
the magic
that
for
away
us,
from
Johan.
him.
Johan, if I manage,
Crusaders.
I will promise you right now, if I manage to manifest some magic, and I get away from the black bands that are gonna try and end my existence, I will gladly teach it to you.
Thank you. That is all I need. Otherwise, I will rip it away from you and leave you a shell. Good. What a way to end it. I love you all so much.
Love you, my dudes. You guys are really quite special. I want you to know that.
Thank you.
It's just
That's
special.
That's probably rude.
Thank you. We just got cancelled. 50
Yeah,
years into the
like
future.
fucking cancel. Please don't ever
No.
take that offensively,
Not like this.
anyone.
Not like this.
Dude, it's just us 50 years in the future. Why the fuck did
Man,
we do that?
we were young and stupid.
We-
No,
dude.
we can make jokes, dude.
Dude,
Stop being so sensitive.
Yeah, dude.
Future
Yo.
people.
Me and Tiger
Get
talk.
over
I feel
yourselves.
like as a final thing for people to think about is me and Tiger talk about it a lot. If it's a joke, 99.9% of things are really okay. If you are like meant it as a joke and it was meant to be hilarious or use fucking disbelief, then it's okay. Don't be so serious about life.
It's supposed to be appropriate to the context and environment you're using. it in.
Literally, dude. And
So
that's
we're
that's
not
it.
going to someone and making fun of them for being
Yeah.
special. We are just playing
Just
here at this
saying.
moment.
fucking.
We're just saying that CIA agent Carl.
CIA,
please don't cancel us.
please.
Members, please look away.
That's
We
fucking
won't actually
nice.
figure out magic. No, not us.
No.
Maybe someone else.
Oh, that's not, yeah. I'm not practicing every day.
Dude, it's gonna be such a fuck up if this is the actual reason that in 2017
Like we're just sitting in court and
and
they're playing this back to us.
dude. Fuck. Okay, boys, I love you all so
awkward.
much.
Love you, friend,
Okay.
so much. Love you.
Thank you for the
proud
chats,
members.
guys.
Please, please vote Justin. Love you so much.
Bye,
Cheers, cheers,
boys.
guys. Bye. Bye.
Bye.